Welcome back. Seven Rivers Racing here in KQEG along with Al Ossie. I'm Dan Dyker recapping last weekend's events throughout western Wisconsin. Across Fairgrounds Speedway, the next stop, already told you what happened with the late models. The points are tightening up big time. Jay Herbst leads Todd Korish by 19 now with 3 races to go, plus championship night at Oktoberfest. Sean Path, 52 back. Brent Kirchner, 81 back. And Matt Henderson, not sure why he bowed out during the feature, but I'm going to find out before the weekend. 136 back. North Country Contractor Sportsman, last Friday, Matt Inglet got married. And then he came to the racetrack, his honeymoon. Ryan just doesn't know yet. She doesn't have control and the power of being married. Their honeymoon was spent at the racetrack. Not only did Matt Inglet pick up a heat race win, but he held off the Jimmy Crackhorn Gilster 33 out of turn 4 one more time this year. And as you're going to watch in the replay right here, Matt Inglet taking home another wedding present. Rob Mason, I thought, was going to have enough car like he has. Usually if you put Rob in the first 4 rows, he's one not to count out. But I think Rob is having some problems here as you watch him kind of drift off in the back straightaway. And Jimmy Gilster running second in points. He's only 56 behind Danny Gilster, who finished in the top 5. Matt Inglet, this was just his night right there at the end. Out of turn 4, Jimmy just didn't have enough. Matt held his line and also secured a 4th place position in the point standings. This has to be, I think, the 6th or 7th race where it was called out of turn 4 to the stripe.
And that goes to show you how close these sportsman vehicles are as they're out there on the racetrack. Jimmy is just so good. I think everybody thought he was going to get up there, and those two put on a good show by themselves. Well,
good wedding present for Matt and Ryan Inglet, again getting married last Friday night, then going to the racetrack and knocking down a heat race win and a feature win. Looking at how the rest of the drivers finished, Gilster 3rd, Mason 4th, Randy Humfeld finished in the top 5. Point leader Danny Gilster, followed by Tony Lease, Jake Arneson, Chad Rosendahl, Troy Meyer, and Steve Bachman. Thunderstocks are back out again this past weekend in the Action Track quarter mile, and Chris Webber pretty much walked away with this one. We had several cautions. We actually had 4 wide racing in this one here. Brad Worthen was a part of a 4-wide collection in the corners here, but as the flag dropped, they started evening some things out. Jay Kruger coming up, as you see right there, just couldn't find enough room to get through. Worthen, a matter of fact, has stayed 18 points behind Andy Moore for the points lead, and Chris Webber out of Sparta, Wisconsin, picked up another big win.
Yeah, and it's normally this doesn't happen in this division, that somebody wins by this much. Normally they're coming out of the corners 4 wide, or 4 of them with a shot to win.
Right. Well, 4 wide is the first time I think I've ever seen 4 wide between turns 3 and 4 on that track. Looking how they rounded out, Brad Worthen took 2nd, Jay Kruger 3rd, Andy Moore 4th, Nathan White rounded out the top 5. Dakota Miller came back this weekend, got a 6th place finish. Jordan Myers, Jason Bolster, Jack Litchheim, and Jason Schaller. Jordan Myers, a couple of more ticks towards Rookie of the Year, finishing in the top 10. Outlaws are back out as well this past weekend. Not good news for Go-Go Johnny Olson of Sparta, Wisconsin. Your point leader, Jerry Ellsworth, is only 5 points behind for the championship. Johnny Olson got bowed out against the back chute wall about halfway through the feature this weekend. And Dan Linehan not only won the Outlaw race, as you're going to see here, but he also won the world-famous Double O race as he beat a field of Sportsman late models and Thunderstocks. And this was a pretty good one right here until Olson went down, and you see Charles Vian Jr. battling Tim Steinhoff and Mr. Sukard out of Madison. But this night belonged to Dan Linehan.
Yes, it did, and he did such a good job with Johnny off the track. It gave him an opportunity to get himself a good win.
Well, Olson still holds on over Jerry Ellsworth by 5. Tim Steinhoff 25 back. And it's going to be a 3-man battle for the points championship there at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. I'd like to welcome into the program today from Dells Raceway Park. He's out of Sparta, Wisconsin, currently running 3rd in points. He's only 10 points out of 2nd place at Dells Raceway. Late model driver Davey Pennel. Davey, how are you, buddy?
Hey, Davey.
How are you?
Good to finally get you on the program. I've had some phone conversation with Davey and his sister Allie. Got him on the radio show here a couple of weeks ago, so we're going to get Allie back on. You had the weekend off last weekend, which is always kind of a nice breather at this time of the season. You've got about 3 or 4 races left in the points championship at the Dells, and it kind of gives you a chance to kind of sit back and reevaluate things real quick before the rest of the season ends.
Yeah. It's nice that the season's coming to an end. I'm looking forward to Oktoberfest and finishing the Big 8 series out. But it was nice to have a week off too. We've been in some bad wrecks lately, and me and my crew both needed the week off.
So tell us about the entire season. This is your 2nd or 3rd season running at Dells Raceway Park. I know you've also ran with the Big 8 series as well.
Yeah, it's my third season. We've had a great year. We started out really good. We were leading the points and stuff, and we blew a motor, and that put us about 20, 30 points back right away. And after that, we were getting caught in some bad wrecks, and just, I don't know, we were getting frustrated, and car kept going slower. We kept getting in some wrecks. But a few weeks ago, we reevaluated and started gaining some points again, and got in another wreck this last weekend, or 2 weeks ago now. So just got to reevaluate what we're doing, I guess, and get back after. We got one last shot.
Well, again, you're 10 points out of second place. Point leader is Rich Schumann Jr. And it looks as though at this point Rich may have wrapped up the championship, but anything can happen. You've got four races left to go, plus the big, your big championship night. I always talk to my lacrosse drivers about this, how much they look at the points. Some say, oh, it's nothing, which, in the back of their mind, they're watching the points races. How closely do you watch this now that you're close to finishing out in second place for the season?
I didn't even look at it this week. I had no idea I was 10 points out of second, but every once in a while I look at it.
Come on the show, man. You learn all kinds of educational things.
Yeah. I don't worry about points. It just kind of gets us all worked up, and we do things we don't mean to do. So we just go out there and have fun, and we go for the win every night. So we don't like racing for points. Kind of got screwed last year right at the end. So it's a lot more fun not to race for points.
So how many wins do you have this season?
I just got one this year.
Well, when you're on this show, you end up getting another one.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
It's karma. We've had 6 drivers so far that after they've been on the TV show, they go and either win a heat race or a feature the next weekend. So I'm going to have to call Matt Panier and say, okay, we're going to have to watch the 29P. Davey Pennel, our guest in the program today. He is one of the late model drivers in the points contention at Dells Raceway Park. When we come back, we're going to talk more about Davey's career in a late model at the Big 8 Series. We'll even name drop his sister, Allie. We'll let you know what she's doing with the Bandits at Dells Raceway Park. For Davey Pennel and Losi, I'm Dan Dyker. We'll be right back after this on 7 Rivers Racing.